Today we'll journey up the mountain where the very finger of God wrote his law on stone. But before we climb, tell me this. Which commandment begins with the words, remember? Comment your answer below, and we'll see if you've got it right before the story reveals it. Please like and subscribe, and let's climb this story of faith together.
After escaping slavery in Egypt, the people of Israel had been traveling through the wilderness for many weeks. They were free, but freedom came with questions. How are they supposed to live? How could a large group of people stay united, safe, and faithful to God? Their journey led them to a vast desert mountain called Mount Sinai. It stood tall and silent, reaching toward the sky. And it was here that something extraordinary was about to happen. God was about to speak, not just to one person, but to an entire nation. God told Moses to gather the people at the foot of the mountain, but first they had to prepare themselves. For 3 days they washed their clothes and waited, knowing they were about to meet the Lord. Then, on the 3rd day, the mountain came alive. Thunder rolled across the sky, lightning flashed. A thick cloud covered the mountaintop. The ground shook, and the sound of a loud trumpet filled the air. Mount Sinai was wrapped in smoke because the Lord had descended on it in fire. The people were afraid, but they were also in awe. They had never seen anything like this before. Moses stood between God and the people, reminding them that God was holy and powerful, but also loving and faithful. Then God spoke, not in whispers, but with authority and purpose. God reminded the people first of who he was. I am the Lord your God, who brought you out of Egypt, out of slavery. These commandments were not meant to trap the people. They were meant to guide them. God gave 10 clear instructions, showing his people how to love him and how to treat one another. He told them, worship only me. Do not make idols or false gods. Honor my name. Remember the Sabbath and keep it holy. Then God spoke about how they should treat others. Honor your father and mother. Do not murder. Do not steal. Do not lie. Do not covet what belongs to someone else. These were more than rules. They were a way of life, a path toward peace, justice, and love. As God spoke, the people trembled. They saw the lightning, heard the thunder, and felt the power of God's presence. They were afraid to come any closer. They asked Moses to speak to God for them, saying, if God speaks to us directly, we might die. But Moses reassured them. Do not be afraid, he said. God has come to test you, so that you will learn to fear him in a way that keeps you from doing wrong. The fear they felt wasn't meant to push them away. It was meant to draw them into respect, trust, and obedience. Moses then went up the mountain to receive the commandments written on stone tablets, a lasting sign of God's covenant with his people. The 10 Commandments were not given to control people, but to protect them. They taught the Israelites how to live as a free people, shaped by faith, kindness, and responsibility. They showed that loving God and loving others are deeply connected. Even today, these commandments still speak. They remind us that true freedom comes with guidance, that strong communities are built on honesty and respect, and that a relationship with God is meant to shape how we live every day. At Mount Sinai, God didn't just give laws. He gave direction, purpose, and a promise. A promise that he would walk with his people every step of the journey.
And Moses said to the people, do not fear, for God has come to test you, and that his fear may be before you, so that you may not sin. Exodus 20:20.
If there's a story from the Bible that's special to you, leave a comment below if you would like to see an animated retelling of it, and we will try our best to create it for you.